That means we need a lot of motherfucking lights and some cameras all over.
But I got you though. I'm a super producer.
You a super producer? You
got to tell me. I'm just gotta tell you what the fuck you mean. Y'all just buying shit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can I get $20 just to start? I mean, $20 is enough for me right now.
Oh, you want me to cash out? You got cash.
Okay, if you gonna cash out me like 120.
Yeah, I want to say hey to
sorry, my volume.
Can you turn that down, baby?
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you
What's up, Burton?
Hey, Berlin, hey, America. Cash out me. $50 be good too.
Okay,
Come on, sit down.
What's up, Trouble?
Hey, America. So look, y'all see we got guests and we late. So we on CP time.
Yep.
And we late. But that's the story that we gonna tell in a minute why we late. But it's always the reason why we late. But we always damn late.
Cynthia, what's going on with your avatar? You look naked. Now, it's a little bitty
Is it
picture.
a naked dude?
No, it's her.
It's her naked?
Oh, is that her naked?
Oh, you gotta see Cynthia. You would like Cynthia. She would like, I know.
Click on her. I can't if I click it on. Oh, that's right. My bad.
I'm glad you're here. Hey, Crystal. Baby, come sit down.
I'm coming.
You scared?
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, you scared?
Let me make sure I'm in front.
But you ain't in the frame though. You said.
I'm in the frame.
You in the frame. You in the frame. It's good. We just gotta scoot over like we love each other. We gotta act like we love each other. Because we do.
All right, make sure my volume's off. I don't want nobody interrupting the call.
I don't want nobody interrupting the conversation. We want to say, hey, Steve, aren't you jealous? Say you're jealous, Steve. Say you're jealous. Say you're jealous. Don't be a hater, Steve. I miss you too, Cynthia. I'm going to have her holler at you. Y'all got something in common.
Which is part of the topic of today.
That's part of the topic of today. Before we get started,
Lord, I'm scared.
She's scared. You scared?
Of this?
When have you ever been scared?
Of this?
You know, I think in honor of the launch of our YouTube channel, which is going to air this, and in honor of our first real guest of 2020, going in 2020, we only had one of the guests in the world outside of family. But yeah, this is our launch. This is the first one. This is December 1. We're going to do new shit on. Why are you looking at that weird on the picture? Because you look scared for real. We're going to have
look at it.
some Tennessee corn liquor.
Lord Jesus.
She need to have some Tennessee moonshine made from the best corn. Cornell, stop looking like that. Can you please lift your glass up and take it? At least you know what's in it this time.
We didn't take a vote on this.
Yes, we did.
Well, kind of low-key we did.
2-1 win.
So we're going to take this shot and say, welcome to our YouTube channel. Welcome to CNS. Oh, life. Welcome to Sunday dinner. Welcome to our wonderful guests who we're going to talk about. Steve, I know you're jealous. Salud. Hit it.
God.
Woo! You ain't even drink that shit. You ignorant. Woo! It's over there. You better stop being a punk in front of company.
Okay.
It's coming. It's America. You got 12 whole people looking at you right now. Calling you names.
All 12 of them know I'm a liquor punk.
Okay. Well, did you say launch or lunch? A little bit of both, Steve. A little bit of
I
both.
said launch. Pretty sure.
We had lunch. Now we're launching. So, did you do it?
He did it.
He ain't poured on the floor.
No,
On the floor.
No.
Okay.
He did that. Go ahead, get some more.
That's warm. I mean, it's but you know what?
Now I understand.
Let's chase it with tequila.
But that ain't half bad.
No, but I now understand why
That's
people
the
who are
beach kind.
homeless drink alcohol like that. Cause
Exactly.
Keep you warm. Your whole body just
My
heated
whole
up.
body
Not
just
because you
heated
was
up.
between two good-looking people, but
well,
because.
I mean, you know, kind of sort of.
So let me tell y'all who she is.
Oh God,
This chick right here, this chick. This chick called Deaf. You take one bite of her, you ain't gonna be able to hear shit. Anyway.
I hate your face.
I hate my face. So this is our, so when we decided we were gonna do Sunday dinner, And she was our very first like cheerleader, like, hey, let's have these discussions. Y'all need to do this every week. And she is the one who named our show,
Thank you,
Sunday
Cornell.
Dinner.
Tell me I didn't
She is our, you did. You was talking shit.
No, I named that.
She is our super producer, that's what we call her, super producer. She like gives ideas and she like helps along with the things. But when certain people in town, she act like she don't know us. But it's cool. We
But I'm right
know.
here,
But
though.
you let us know ahead of time, and that's all good.
But I'm right here, though.
You're right here though. So Alicia, say hi to Alicia. America, say hi to Alicia. Woo, hey. Okay. So I'm introducing to some and just reminding others who she is, because some of our friends already know who she is. So we got her on here today because she ain't from around these parts. She came to St. Louis to kind of kick it for the holidays.
She from where you ain't gotta wear a coat.
From there, for there.
Yes, when you don't have to wear a coat.
She's from Florida. She's from Illinois. Where are you?
Right.
Alton,
I'm
Illinois.
from Godfrey.
Godfrey, Illinois.
Uh-huh.
And now she live in Florida.
Right, and this is my cold weather gear for Florida.
That's your cold weather
This
gear?
is-
That's all the fuck you wear in
A
Florida?
long sleeve t-shirt.
It got a little.
It got a little hoodie. It's a little mini
So,
hoodie.
If I just get
Yeah.
when the wind blows, I just.
Yeah.
But here, baby.
You got to buy your coat from here for you.
Yes, child, Lord.
So we're going to talk about some stuff. And one of the things we want to talk about is...
What we gonna talk about?
you don't even know?
You don't know she didn't take the topic.
I don't know. What you gonna do?
What's the proper black spelling of her name? You ain't shit. Okay, Alex.
Alicia Keys. That's how it's
Like
spelled.
Alicia Keys.
It's
It is
spelled like
spelled like
yes,
Alicia
it is.
Keys.
Spelled like
A-L-I-C-I-A.
Hey, Mr. Miller, happy
Yes.
happy belated birthday. We
Yeah.
share that in common, brother.
And
Yeah.
why he say the proper black? I know I'm light, but I think I'm.
You know, he light skinned too. He light skinned too. He is too.
Oh shit, you a little darker than me.
I am. You know, I get in the sun during the summer, and then I lighten up over the winter time.
But this is my.
You live in Florida, and you act like you
No,
don't
this is
like
my.
that.
No, this is my winter coat.
Oh, winter coat. Lord Jesus.
My winter skin.
Yeah. So anyway, we here to talk about, what did I say the topic was, y'all? Life moments. Here, let's start a watch party. Watch together with a group of friends. Yeah. Okay, start. Let's start a watch party. So anyway, life moments. And so I met Alicia in a bar.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, yes, you did.
This sounds like the beginning of a bad joke.
No.
Actually, we have mutual friends, and all of us have mutual friends. And of course, she was in town. You were in town at that moment, and we were all at a bar. We met up at a bar, and I got to know her, and the relationship has blossomed into a phenomenal.
Because you really didn't know me, and you let me borrow a dress because I didn't own one.
I
I
remember that.
forgot about that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
at the Waffle House. We don't eat at Waffle House no more, but at the Waffle House, she was being. Was it your father being honored?
It was the 100 Black Men Ball, and I was given the 100 Black Men President Award.
You were given the
Yes.
100 Black. Tell them why, America.
Because my daddy was the president.
Because your daddy was like shit. Boy, he was quacking like that. Superficial with 100 black men.
We got it from
What'd
my
you get
brother
it
and
from?
my brother
Officially.
and
You
my
got it
brother and I
officially
got it.
for what?
You know,
Officially.
my service in the military, and
Tell
just
people who he is.
and just I did 21 long years, people.
That sound like a prison sentence. Don't
21 long years. It was though. I could only wear one thing to work every day. Okay, it was the
Yeah.
same uniform.
My kid.
Yeah. So and then just being a great daughter because
Hey Yolanda, hey Terry.
I'm the favorite.
You are the favorite.
I am
Your
the
daddy
favorite.
loved the hell out you. And so yeah, I did loan her a dress because
Yeah.
she came to St. Louis without a dress, and we was the same size, and I loaned her a dress, and she looked absolutely stunning.
That was the most viewed photo of that year was me in that
Well, you
dress.
was looking sexy, very delicious. Like I'm
Well,
just
you know,
saying, I was a dude. I'd have been trying to holler. Would I have gotten hollered at?
No, if he was a dude. Because he was a dude. So no, ma'am, you would not have. No.
Oh.
And she's so sweet, y'all. I just want y'all to see that she gave me to drink out of on this episode her cup. She don't never let nobody have her cup.
I only drank out the bitch twice. I'm
she
just
let
telling
me-
y'all.
I can't even drink out of that
That's
cup.
because we share clothes.
We share clothes.
Mhm. So that's why we have
We
that.
share kids.
Yeah,
Well,
tomato,
I
tomato.
don't know. I mean, like, why would you want to drink out my cup with glitter on it? You said glitter was the devil. Did you not?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't want to drink out of it, but I said that because you said I can't drink out of it, so I had to act like I didn't want
It
to drink
ain't
out of
been
that
no
cup
point
anyway.
in Jesus' time that I said you couldn't drink out of it because the subject never came up because it's got glitter on it and glitter is the devil. So I don't need to talk to you about
you
glitter.
said don't touch it.
That don't mean you can't ask to drink out of it. And then I give you permission to touch it.
Anyway, we're about to
Let's get to the
hold on,
subject.
Cynthia. We're about to get into the meat of it. So I see you.
Hey, my
throwing
baby
up your
Dwayne
flags.
James.
Hey!
Hey, my baby
I'm gonna have to free
Dwayne
her.
James. You gotta free her. No, and don't be. And if you free her and something pop up, don't come to us about that bullshit. I'm telling both of y'all. That's on y'all. Whatever happened,
I wouldn't do that.
y'all just meet through mutual friends like everybody else.
I'll
Anyway,
put your face.
she loves my face. She says that.
Okay.
So tell us about yourself.
Well, what you want to know?
What you want to know? So you spent 21 years in the military,
Yes, ma'am.
and you from Alton, Illinois.
Yeah. And
She's-
I retired and went to Florida, like
Sure.
most folks do.
Like real people do, like people with money do. They retire and go somewhere hot and cool and wonderful to live, where you
Yes.
can live your best life.
I am, and I'm living my best life
I know you
because
are.
I don't gotta go to work.
I know you are.
And it's wonderfulness.
She's my favorite lesbian, America.
Oh, and I'm gay.
She's my favorite lesbian.
Like I'm so gay. I got a tattoo. I mean,
You do? You got a tattoo? Show America your tattoo. What the hell that means? What is
It's
it?
the flag. See,
Oh,
It's a flag, but what is it? It's like a
breaking
scratch,
out-
like
it's breaking
somebody
out of you.
cut your arm
like
up.
it's cut. Like I'm so gay.
Ah.
I bleed rainbow colors.
Damn.
So yeah.
We ain't really talking about being gay. What we're talking about though is, life moments and life changing moments. So she and I have been talking. We talk a lot when we're together. We talk about me and Cornell was talking about the movement and the LGBTQIA plus. Did I get it wrong?
The alphabet.
The alphabet people. And I thought it would be really interesting to have a
Cynthia
conversation.
says she's looking to go to Florida.
Come on, girl. Come on.
Boy.
Go ahead.
And so I thought it'd be enlightening to ask a LGBTQIA
No,
plus member.
stop right there. Stop right there.
Person.
An alphabet person.
I'm not.
Let's ask an
I'm not.
alphabet
I'm
person
not.
what they think about the alphabet, because we can have our own opinions in life. And since she was in town, we had lunch yesterday and we were kind of discussing, all that surrounds that. And so I asked her, would she be interested in having that conversation? Are you interested?
Yeah. See, you said I was a part of the LGBT.
I'm
I'm not. No.
Tell me who you is.
I'm LGBT. Okay.
You put a period by that.
Exclamation point. Actually.
Oh, I like it.
Because I just don't get my community with all the added letters and stuff. I don't even know. I think you saw me taking a rant on Facebook because I didn't know what the A stood for or the I, and I'm still confused.
I had to tell you about that. So I know what the A is. The A is ace. And because I have a friend who is ace,
What's
I have
that?
two friends who is
Ace?
ace. Ace meaning
Ace,
asexual,
I ain't even
meaning that they are not attracted to men or women. They are not sexually attracted to
Active?
anyone.
So are they sexually active?
No, and they're not
Oh,
sexually
well, then
active.
they don't need to be in part of the LGBT.
That's a none.
You mean queer?
We are not making fun of you people. Because I got some friends on here who are ace, and they are very serious about that. And really, those are people who are just completely asexual. But they do have problems because one in particular who is asexual, he talks about how people push up on him and how it's kind of difficult because he's saying no, I'm not interested, and then they treat him kind of funky because he's
their
like,
feelings are hurt.
yeah,
Not
because their
he's
feelings hurt.
asexual.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Because his feelings are hurt, or their feelings are hurt.
Mhm. I
So
get it.
I don't. All the A and the I's and the G's and I don't even know.
The G is important.
Well, the G is important, but
So we got a question. Real
Oh.
quick before you get into
What's
that.
the question?
what does LGBT mean? Okay, so the L is for lesbian, G is for gay, B is for bisexual, and T is for transgender. Which that's it.
Q is for queer.
No,
Okay. I'll stop.
and when you LGBT,
That kind of runs the
it
gamut.
runs all of it together. The bisexual people, the gay people, henceforth queer and all that. So I don't know why they keep adding letters. So whoever, if the people who are together with the community, I need y'all to cut that because
y'all need a committee. You people need a committee.
Right, because I think it's becoming like how black people
Diluted.
do black people, right? There's shades of black people.
there's shades
Right.
of you know what
I used to get
it
treated a
is.
certain kind of way because I was lighter than the rest of black people in my
Oh, you
neighborhood,
light
even though
skin.
I'm black, you know.
Yeah.
So
You
I,
ain't he light skin. You don't think he light skin though?
I mean, you're brown.
He fall in the light skin category. He caramel color, but he like. By and large, if he stand next to Idris Elba, he like
Well,
okay,
yeah.
because he's dark.
and sexy,
And sexy.
denim mother.
And just for like the record, okay, you can be a lesbian and still find a man attractive.
Do you think Cornell is attractive?
I mean, he's handsome. I mean, this the
Like he could get it.
not if I was
Okay, let me guess.
You said, yeah.
You can get it from me, Cornell.
So I couldn't like.
Now you offended?
I'm kind of
Asexual right there.
It's kind of like.
See?
No, it's kind of like a challenge. I couldn't straighten you out. I couldn't.
No, dude, shut up.
Get the hell off the show.
How you gonna kick me off the
Come
show?
on, get some gone.
No, I can't
See, Cynthia, I like Cynthia.
What she say?
Yeah,
I gotta look at my stuff. Because now I
yeah.
did the watch party. Now I can't see what's being said.
Yeah,
What did she say? Say it out loud.
She said LGBT, period. Yes.
Well, cute. What? No.
No.
Okay. Well, it ain't my problem.
It's
cute.
But the thing is, it's the
Oh shit! Sorry, y'all. My bad.
I don't know what
I'm trying to see.
the deal is. Like, I was even mad about the Tampax, okay?
Thank you.
That's what
We
you
had
said.
that conversation. Go ahead, tell it.
Because
tell
that didn't make no sense.
At
Because
all.
regardless if you are and I have transgender friends and I love them to death. But the thing of it is that tampons are for women who have a period.
And
a
gonna
cycle.
bleed every month and have
And
cramps
once you're
and bad
transgender, you
attitudes and everything.
don't get a period. So how is that offended? Because it's made for women, period.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't have a cycle no more. I'm not upset that they took it out.
Well, I got one. I'm mad. I don't even use tampons.
So,
And they're
when
bad.
it's just getting a little bit like carried away. My cousin Vaughn, he posts a lot about transgender people.
Is he transgender?
No, he's not.
Oh,
He's
he's
straighter.
just a straight guy?
He's a straight guy. And like I told him, it's not for me to understand, but you cool with me. I ain't gotta understand your thought process because that's your life that you have to live.
Right.
But what I don't agree with is that when you become a transgender, you have to understand that there might be some things you have to give up.
Thank you, Lord, for your favor. Go ahead.
Point is, if I am, let's say I box, okay, and I do box actually.
And she referees boxing by the by. You didn't even know that. Oh my gosh, she's a referee. She was repping.
I could, if I decided, if I was feeling like I was trapped in my female body, and I wanted to transition into a male, I'm not going to get into the ring with a male-born fighter, because genetically they're stronger than me.
Yes.
So I could be quick and I could dodge and move, but one hit or two, that's a wrap. It's kind of like that female fighter that was in I think it was UFC, who broke her skull because the person was a male. And that type of stuff is not cool. It's not okay.
So with you saying that, and you being a woman and not wanting to get into a ring with a male-born fighter,
right?
That just makes sense for your safety. I have a problem with a male who was a male who choose to go through the change,
okay,
and want to get into the ring with a female,
wrong,
knowing that
wrong.
That's just wrong. What you decide to do is just smart for you and your safety. What they're doing is just wrong and it doesn't make sense. And when that happens, like the tampon thing, when those things happen, because I had a real struggle with understanding homosexuality for a while.
Okay.
He was a homophobe, America. Let's call it what it is. He was a homophobe.
But then once
He ain't homophobe now.
But then
You ain't gonna give none, no.
I can't straighten you out. But then once I start understanding, I don't think anybody chooses to be put in a position where they have to face certain types of ridicule, especially men. I don't think a man would choose So that means that that's in you. So I start understanding things differently the older I got. But dealing with stuff like that, the whole tampon thing and this right here, I think that dilutes the message and the plight. And it has people like me who
it causes outrage.
Right, and then people like me who have been struggling to try to understand. Now I might hit the reset button now because you didn't fuck me up. So because I was feeling it, I'm understanding, I'm trying, I'm coming along, and now we got an argument about tampons. Now I'm all the way back over it.
So Steve said, did you pour your beer on the curb for your cycle? Did you pour out a little liquor for the homies when the period ended? I promise you, Steve, when mine is over, I'm throwing a period ending party. Well, did you pour out a little liquor for the homies, or you was just happy?
Oh, well, I did.
What kind of question is that? What's the deal? And so Alex said, what's the deal with them putting a uterus in the tea so they can have babies? Is that even possible? Has it happened?
No.
Is it? I didn't hear that. So he said there has to be a line drawn for athletics, and I agree. And this is a life lesson, America.
Yeah.
If you make a decision, now you got to count up the costs with the decision that you've made.
Right.
Like if you've made a decision that I'm gonna rob a bank, you taking the chance that I'm gonna get fucking locked up in federal penitentiary, right?
Right.
So if you decide that I'm gonna change my sex and I like to run track or I like to box, then you need to say, if that means I have to give up the ability to compete, then that's what it is. And the problem with society is that we don't want to hold people accountable for their actions. They don't want to deal with the consequences of their choices, good, bad, or indifferent. And that's the thing. There should be a line drawn for athletics. And I totally agree, because if my daughter was boxing a transgender person, I would have a whole problem with it. A whole problem.
Oh, and I've seen just
so
being
Steve
in
said a man just did that and broke
Yes,
a women's powerlifting
and that's
record.
and that's a
That's
problem.
The problem.
That's a problem because for one,
That's
as a woman, I shouldn't have to compete with a man.
There used to
Because
be
even in a marathon race,
Yep.
they have women qualifying times and they have men qualifying times.
100%.
In the Army, you've got military PT tests that males have to pass and females have to pass. For a prime example, the OPT test, because now they got a new one. Thank you, Jesus, I'm not involved. So for the males, they have to do at least. Don't get me on the no.
She been retired for a minute, Jesus.
But I do believe, like, just to pass, the males have to do at least 55 push-ups. Okay, if I, as a woman, do 55 push-ups, that's 100%. Like I got 100 points. See, so how fair is it? And if you get 300, you get a PT patch, right? So now I've been turning myself because that's how I feel. And like I said, I'm not, down in the transgender community.
At no point gonna read down anybody.
Because that's how you feel. I get it. Because it's almost the same thing as being a lesbian or a gay man, for the simple fact that when I came up, the politically correct thing to do was to get married and have kids. It was, you wasn't gay, point blank, period.
Yep.
So that's like if I said I just feel like I'm a man. I just want to change, and then I go into the military, and now I am the PT stud of my unit as the female, because I'm not really a female,
Right.
by DNA purposes. Now I say DNA because it doesn't matter. You can't change your DNA. I don't care if I have female on my driver's license. I don't care if I'm taking the hormones. I don't care if I got whatever it is cut off or whatever. Bottom line, I'm still my gender, because there's only two, male and female. I'm still a male, or I'm still a female. So the thing of it is just like there has to be, like, I think what Steve said, there's got to be a line that's drawn.
It does.
And you have to understand that if this is what I'm going to do, then I have to accept the fact that
consequences.
I'm no longer going to be able to participate in competitive sports
That are gender-based.
Because it's not fair. And personally, and this is just my personal opinion, I think I'm looking at the thing.
All of us are having our own personal opinions.
My personal opinion is that if you are a transgender and you compete with a female, if you were once a male, you weak. Because
I wasn't ready for that.
No, you weak. Because women struggle enough as it is to get recognition in sports anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're weak,
and to get funding in sports and all the things.
Even the pay is not the same.
Yeah.
My first professional fight, I got paid $800.
Mm-hmm.
That's
How much old boy get?
got like $1,200. So,
So now old boy will take a
and-
pay cut
and the
and
simple
then
fact-
dominate the region.
and dominate.
Okay.
And then the thing of it is that everybody has to understand that it is not up to us as a people to even understand what the hell anybody wants to do.
Mhm.
But that's the problem. We're too busy trying to understand the problem or the situation instead of understanding the situation. And I mean that as to say that I get it. I don't understand people who feel that I don't understand the whole transgender thing. But like I said, it's not for me to understand. I love you anyway. Because it's not for me to say.
Mhm.
I'm not judging anybody. Because I was judged. I lost friends when I came out. Like people stopped talking to me, like period. So
I was gonna ask you that.
yeah,
Like how long? When did you come out? How old were you when you came
God,
out?
I was in my 20s.
Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
I had-
She was a fine ass little teenage girl in a mini skirt, skinny and cute. I ain't saying that you ain't fine now, cause you are. But
yeah,
I
Now you all sitting up close to my wife.
Let me sit close to you. I can sit close to you. What you call
sharing?
What you call
Sharing is caring,
What you call
America.
I can sit close to you, Big Daddy. Ain't that what you say? But yeah, so it's difficult because it's already difficult being homosexual. Period. Anyway, not so much today, but when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Today it's I remember that.
Yeah, she was. Steve said you was fine as hell back in the day. That boy, don't play with Steve.
I remember I was at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and that's when they did away with it. Like you can openly serve.
Don't ask, don't tell.
No, it was openly serve. It was
Okay,
now you
when
can
they got
openly
rid of it.
serve. And even though I'm gay, this female got out the cab, had flowers in her hand, and walked over because we lived. The AIT was right behind our building. Well, had flowers in her hand, walked over to her girlfriend, gave her a kiss, and passed her the flowers. And I said, "Hey, oh wait a minute, we can do that now. Good looking." But so it was even strange for me to see it because hell, I had to hide it for 20 years because it was the last year.
What do you think about don't ask, don't tell? Because and this is me, and she is one of many gay friends that I have, and so I don't I don't have a problem. My daughter is a homosexual. I really don't have a problem with this, but for me, I just really think that your business is your business, and I'm not saying that if you want to tell the world, go ahead and tell the world if you want to. But I'm thinking that you create a lot of problems for yourself if you decide unnecessarily. I mean, if it's necessary for you to say that I'm gay or you can't tell nobody you black. I mean, because you fucking know it. But I'm saying if you unnecessarily, like, it's nobody's business, did nobody ask you, you just decide to go, "Hey, America, I'm gay." Like, I can assume you're gay all day long. But if you come out with this situation, then I think you're creating somehow an issue for yourself. If somebody asks you and then you say, "Hey, I'm gay," and move along.
See,
what is your thought about that?
So I don't really think people just really be like, "Hey, I'm gay."
Some folks do.
Some folks do because I mean
they like attention.
You look at me and you had a lot of people. Girl,
well, let me tell you, when I met her, she didn't. She had relaxed hair. She's real. I mean, like now you dress a little more, and that's the kind of conversation we need to have too. Now you dress a little more,
like I want to know where you got your clothes from.
Okay.
But when I met her, that wasn't the case, and her hair was fried, dyed, laid to the side, and all that, and I would have never thought that she was gay.
that's the thing though. So it's there's different in the lesbian world.
Mm-hmm.
There's different type of lesbians.
There's lipstick lesbians.
There's lipstick
I know my daughter's
lesbians,
one.
or we call them femmes. You got the stud lesbians, which are the ones that sometimes I have to do a double take and be like, "Is that a girl?"
Did she put that sports bra down?
Right,
it
got
first. Yeah,
sometimes some
okay.
of them wrap it. Some of them wrap it.
Oh, is that what it is?
And then you have your stems. Okay.
What's a stem?
And that would be me.
What's a stem?
Cross in between.
So you can go either way. You can dress up, put on some lipstick.
I can rock my Timbs and what I got on, and then next week if I feel
or you
like
can put that cleavage out and have girls.
Put the push-up bra, the Victoria's Secrets. Put that up. And put on some girl clothes, and nobody would know the difference.
Because I didn't. I
So,
honestly didn't. She had to tell me.
So the thing of it is like just for me, it's just how I feel that day. I'm dressing. If I want to be comfortable, this is what I wear right here. If
I know what you're saying, because sometimes every now and then I put on my booty shorts and I rub it down the street because I just feel like
feel like that sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
You don't run up and down the street in your booty shorts. You just let me take pictures of you and slap you on the ass every now and again.
Can I see it?
But I don't know why he does this, America. Now, this is we've been doing Sunday dinner for one whole entire year, and he know that if he even unlock the door, fuck cracking the door, fuck open the door a little bit. If I heard the lock go, I'm kicking the door in. Why would you do that? Why would you set yourself up like that?
I'm a glutton for punishment.
So you have,
you like it. I think you.
So
like
you have those different types, and it's not about
Angie
trying to like tell the world. Some folks do tell the world because they just want the world to know. I personally people kind of look at me and just automatically assume I'm gay.
Right.
Well,
now.
Shit,
I didn't.
But it's not about like just saying hey. But the thing of it is, it's almost kind of like I'm black and I'm proud. Right? You have the shirt and you say I'm black and I'm proud. And so some folks feel, and I say some because I'm not going to walk around. I mean, I have my tattoo on because it was a statement.
But that's you and how you felt at that moment.
But some folks they're just like, hey, if I'm gay, I'm gay. You don't know. Like my fiance, for instance. You wouldn't be able to tell. You can't tell that she is, because
she kind of fine too.
Stop looking at her booty. She had a big booty. I was telling Cornell her booty, and I said, "Ooh, her ass kind of fat."
Whose booty?
Your fiance booty. Let me try to dunk.
Let me
look at her booty.
I'm drinking for that too.
Let me tell you. And when she walks, she walks like she got big. And when she walks like she got a big ass.
Yeah, she do.
But
I think she done carried that bug for a long time, so I guess she would have.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's
back up. How did you meet her? Let's talk about that. How'd you meet
life
her?
moment, folks. Stay off the POF.
Plenty of fish.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. You met her online at the Plenty of Fish.
I did.
If Cornell died, I'm not gonna be on Plenty of Fish. But then again, I might. It depends on who got money on Plenty of Fish. No, I need to be a sugar baby or something. Because I trade up. But go ahead. What?
I was just making sure you wasn't plotting or something.
No, like okay, this ain't got nothing to do with the topic. But I actually have my entire life on a flash drive. Like in the case of my untimely demise, whether he killed me or not, America, there's a flash drive that exists. In addition to some emails that I've sent to both him and his aunt and my best friend about my wishes. I wrote my obituary in first person. I'm thinking about doing a video like if I'm dead, y'all watching this. Let me tell you. So talking shit. What's the question? Say it out loud.
Do you feel the government is too liberal with the right? Yes.
Okay, well let's back up and say that.
Yes. Do I think the government is too liberal?
Why? With the liberal? I mean, like how? Like
okay.
So what they allow?
Like, I do for one appreciate the fact that President Obama.
Why are you saying? Why are you doing that?
Cause he black.
He the GOAT.
With a tan
did
suit.
the whole like Marriage Equality Act.
You benefited from it
because, well, yeah, and the simple fact is that just because of who I sleep with or who I choose to be with doesn't mean that I should have less rights as heterosexuals. And I say that because people will say, "Oh, that's just not normal. That's not right." You know, that's not right. And I would tell you, I despise when people talk about the LGBT and they call it a lifestyle.
Who the hell chooses a lifestyle like this?
A lifestyle is, I'm going to change the way that I eat. I'm going to have a healthy lifestyle, which means you can change how you do things. No one wants to be ridiculed. Nobody wants to be hung. Nobody wants to get beat, spit on, denied a job because of who they love. The only difference between being LGBT community and black folks is I can turn off my gayness as far as if I need to not be so, if I have to put on a dress because that's what my job requires.
Put on your cleavage.
I can do that, but I can't change the color of my skin.
Right.
So
I'm glad you said that.
Because I can't. But there's people who hide, because for 19 years of my military career, I had a boyfriend.
Oh, she got kids, America. You had a whole husband.
I had a whole husband and a whole wife. Now I'm divorced.
You had a whole husband and a wife. You had all the world. Jesus.
You didn't have more than some people. Some just trying to get one of one sex. And you didn't.
You had everything. You so extra.
You greedy.
That's what my sister said. She said she called me greedy.
Magnolia, this is us on a regular sober Sunday.
Yeah, but the moonshine is enlightening Cornell's cutting up.
But
At
like,
least
I don't
being right about it.
Back to what's his name?
His name is Alex.
Okay,
he's a comedian in out in Texas. He used to be our next door neighbor.
If you use any of my information, you can cash at me.
He's an amazing comedian. He's very funny too.
Steve, just greedy. Oh, stop it.
Oh, Steve, stop being a hater because you know
but
you
when
wanted
it comes
it.
like to the government, like I get it, they're trying to make some things safe, but you have to understand though. Again, going back to your life lessons, as there's consequences to your rules, and I got one that's perfect. Okay, so you have the LGBT or the transgenders. They have what's that?
You just put an exclamation point on that motherfucker.
Yes, 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
The bathroom thing, that they can go to the bathroom or they have to go to the bathroom that they're assigned or vice versa, whatever. But see, what you do is you give the green light for those who are pedophiles to slap on a wig.
I agree.
And say, oh, I'm a girl, so I'm going to go in this women's bathroom. And
I agree.
So if the government wants to get involved in that, then you know what? How about everybody just have universal bathrooms?
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
But just like with the athletes, I've seen some athletes that say they identify themselves, and I have to quote that because they identify themselves as women, and they still got manly underarm hair, and they still look like a dude. So again, well, if government's gonna say, well, we identify. Well, damn it, hell, I identify as a rich woman. So can I have my money, please?
No shit.
Okay.
No shit.
I need my cheese.
And I'm glad you said that because things do open up doors, and Cornell's always said that his whole life. Like, if you do this, you'll open up the door for that. But I do believe that, like, and that's why I kind of lean towards don't ask, don't tell, because I don't think that the government should involve themselves in any of it. And I don't think, outside of marriage equality, because quite frankly, as with abortion, as with homosexuality, and any other wedge issue that is political, if it don't affect me, why the fuck should I be legislating it? And if it doesn't affect me, why should I even care about what it is in the sense that you should be able to marry who you want to marry.
Right. You
should be able to love who you want to love. If you want to get abortion, you should be able to get abortion.
Right.
Because they ain't got shit to do with me. I don't plan on having no more kids. I don't plan on, even if I'm against abortion, that's not my business what you decide to do and what your life issue is and what's going on in your life at your moment, what's happening to you. Why should I legislate my beliefs into your life to a degree that it adversely affects you? And it don't really have nothing to do with me.
I will say this, and I think I said it to one of my friends when he kind of said the same thing you said. And I would say that that's a dangerous, and this is just me, I love you. That's a dangerous thought, and this is the reason why. If everyone thought that, we wouldn't have civil rights now.
No, you misunderstand what I'm saying.
Clarify.
Okay, let me clarify. What I'm saying is, I think marriage equality should happen.
Yes.
I don't think you should be legislating abortion. I don't think you should be. I think marriage equality should happen simply because marriage in and of itself is just a legal binding contractual agreement.
It just means
it ain't got shit to do with it.
It just means that when I die, you can get my social security benefits.
Precisely. And that's why I think marriage equality should happen.
Yes.
But I shouldn't ban it. I shouldn't involve myself in banning a man and a woman and all that. Even if I am devoutly religious, if I don't plan on marrying a woman,
Yes.
why the hell am I even involving myself in banning marriage between people who have decided that they want to be together and they want their shit to be together and they want the insurance to be together, you know?
And for the record,
Yeah.
I do appreciate the whole marriage equality.
I do.
But heterosexual could have had that shit.
Right. And the thing is, I don't think it should be a law either. I think that people should decide, have the ability to decide, and certainly not be banned from it. Have the ability to decide whether they're gay, straight, or whatever. I don't fuck with my family. I want my cousin Ray to have my shit, you know, and be able to make those directives as such. I want to be able to put the person that I live with on my insurance, because we are together. And not have the government say, no, y'all can't do that because you're not blood related.
She probably will be, Angie.
Well, you know what? I don't even.
Some education doesn't make them educated. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know if the.
I hope your mama ain't here either.
But I don't think that the government banned anything. I think that
they have tried.
They have. I mean, what I'm saying is like there really wasn't a law against.
It was not against it, but they were passing a law against it.
Right, there wasn't a law against 2 women or 2 men to get married because it really doesn't say anywhere that marriage is between a man and a woman.
But there was something on the ballot here in Missouri that said that.
See,
and we had to vote whether or not we're going to ban gay marriages. And why is this even on the ballot? Because it ain't my fucking business who you want to leave your shit to, who you want to have on your insurance. It's not my business.
It's not.
And as an elected official, and I think as elected officials, we need to get out of people's business.
Get out of folks' bedrooms.
And it's wedge issues. It's wedge issues that keep people divided.
And I think that goes back to what I was saying with me, because I didn't fully understand.
You didn't.
And I think when people try to ban certain things from happening, they're trying to ban people from making a choice to do it, thinking that okay, this will allow them to do it more.
Somebody gonna wake up tomorrow and decide I'm gay.
Hold on. But as I grew in understanding, I understood that.
Thank you for your growth.
You're welcome.
Because it's so fun.
I understood that it's really not a choice. So if it's not a choice, you're not stopping people from choosing to be what they're drawn to, because there's no man. Perfect example. You heard what Tank said.
Oh.
Let's talk about that. So we had a whole conversation about this.
So Tank tried to defend some man doing an act on another man. He did the act 2 times, and he said, well, he tried.
We differ on this.
He tried it 1 time, and
it wasn't cool, so he tried it a second time.
So he tried it a second time, and he realized that he don't like
it. It ain't for him.
So as a man, we ain't trying it 1 time. A straight man ain't trying 1 time. We damn sure ain't double dipping. To just, like, you know, you check some dip, you get your chip, you dip your chip in your chip in the dip, and you taste it. And
I don't like that.
I double dip all the time.
It ain't like that.
You be mad at me when I'm double dipping.
As a man, when you got your chip in your hand and you see the dip, you're like, I ain't putting my chip in there. It just ain't going in there. You're going to eat your chip dry. You're going to have some dry ass chip. You ain't dipping at all.
Because I done double dipped in that mud.
But Tank said he dipped. Didn't know if he liked taste and dipped.
He didn't say he did. He said that he don't see a problem with it.
No.
He didn't say he dipped and he dipped his chip in the dip.
Listen.
Okay. I just want to make sure I don't take no one over.
You're not damn Tank, because Tank trip anyway trying to defend that shit. I said Tank was defending somebody else dipping their chip. But when you go as a man to defend a chip dipper, and you dip the chip 1 time,
I think I need another shot.
That goes against all man unspoken rule codes. That ain't nothing we do. We don't just go out and dip chips.
Because I'm not a man, I don't agree.
Okay, so I think the biggest thing, girl, because he over here talking about dipping chips and shit. Lord, dipping. Well, you know, I don't know. I have many friends who go, I understand why you're a lesbian, Alicia, but I don't understand why they're gay men. Like, I don't, because that's what they like.
That's what they are.
That's what they are. And the fact of it is like when I say like, and I just speak for me because I can only speak on my personal experiences, is that that's the whole reason why I got married and had children.
Why?
It wasn't because that's what I wanted to do.
It's because what society.
It's because society said that's what I should do, and I was scared of losing my family because there's so many LGBT that come out and their family parents disown it.
I don't disagree.
So you do the politically correct thing, or either you do what I did for so many years after I got divorced, and I lied, and she was a he. Okay, so her name was Christy, his name was Chris. Okay, so, but no one should have to do that. And the don't ask, don't tell is just I'm not gonna ask you and don't tell me. Now, I remember when Obama had said, well, we're going to let y'all serve openly. And I remember the meeting.
Okay.
And I remember the meeting that we had with the sergeant major. Mm-hmm. Now, the first sergeant sitting across from me, first I'm going to say his name too. First sergeant Blue, he retired. Knew that I was gay. So the sergeant major was talking about we ain't going to have no problems with the senior ranking. And, we just got to have, we're concerned about the lower enlisted, and I'm sitting there shaking my leg, irritated about his comments.
What is the concern?
Right, because they thought that the military was going to implode if gay people were going to. They gonna be been serving, okay, been serving. So he was going off and running off at the mouth, and I'm sitting here, and he saw my face, so he knew I was getting ready to say, "But I'm gay, so what problems are you talking about?" He kicks me underneath the table. And shook his head.
Cornell kicked me under the table a lot, America.
And shook his head real fast, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Well, did he kick you on the table? Did you say, why you kicking me?
No, I
well, why you didn't say that?
Because he ain't supposed to be kicking on me. I mean, just like that.
So you knew that it was.
I knew what it was because it was
communication
of him telling me.
He trying to say that I'd be asking, why the hell you kicking me? Why you kick me?
Stop kicking me.
Just look at the facial.
I know why.
I looked at him because I knew he knew what he saw, that I was about to be like,
precisely.
What motherfucking problem are we gonna have, sir? Mm-hmm. But I didn't say it. But what I did do, they passed around the list of writing down your spouse, and I clearly wrote down my female's name. Are you playing with my hair? Boy, don't do that. You better quit that.
She did have a husband before. She did have a husband before. But that's the thing. Like, they have been serving for years and years and years.
But being allowed to openly serve in the military now grants us.
But why did he think that
there was going to be a problem?
There was going to be a problem
because you have some people, like for instance, before the Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I can't. The movie was called The Soldier Story.
Yeah.
Where he got beat with a bat. He got beat with a bat because he was gay. Right. So that's what he was thinking. But this, I'm like, dude, this is 2000. I think it was 13.
Yeah.
14, somewhere around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nobody cares like that. Like, no one gives a right. 9 times out of 10, everybody know who gay in every unit.
Pretty much.
Okay. So
unless
he thought they thought that there was going to be this big uproar and people was going to get beat down and killed. But what got me mad was he said because the senior NCOs, which I was, know better. What the hell is that?
Better for what?
We ain't gonna come out? Oh, okay, watch this.
No better than what? Hold my beer.
I wanted to be like, hold my beer. It didn't come out yet, but I wanted to be like, hold my beer. That's why I got kicked. Because I was going to hold my beer.
Okay. You just sit that bitch right now next to
right, just hold my beer. But that's just like the struggle. The thing of it is that no one should care.
Because
no one should care. If you see two men holding hands, okay, you see 2 women holding hands. Okay, 9 times out of 10, most men are like, damn. What did my brother say? My brother told me that it was a waste of women. Yeah.
So look,
y'all should do
I
that.
I've only got a few problems. I got a lot of problems, but so like if I'm out,
right?
Because no one should care,
right?
And you don't care, so you walk up in the club.
And my business is right here. Your business is over there.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. But what I do have a problem with, like, it's obvious I'm not gay.
That's
So,
what I mean.
And you wore them gray sweatpants to the club.
I know. See, he wore.
Y'all got gray sweatpants.
I wore gray sweatpants because you.
We matching. We had on gray and black. We didn't even call each other America.
Wear gray sweat, but I wore them just because. Didn't she tell you couldn't wear gray sweatpants?
I told him he could wear gray sweatpants when
out the
house.
Out the house. So
I
but you did wear them out the
I
house.
wore them in the house.
Okay, all right. I wore mine just because I wanted to see if she was gonna say.
Because I didn't want the anaconda to be all
anyway,
out. Okay, go ahead.
So I do have a problem though. If I'm out and I get eyeballed.
Because you got them gray sweatpants on. I told your ass don't wear them out the house.
And I get looked at by a gay guy like he wanna do it. Yeah, right.
Right.
You know, and I've even heard women say it's uncomfortable for them when men look at them in that way. So it's highly uncomfortable for me as a man when another man does that. You know, because it's like, okay, I ain't swinging that way, and now I have a problem because you're making me uncomfortable.
But see, this is the thing though, Cornell.
It's a human thing. Go ahead.
They don't know you're not gay because there is not a look for somebody who was gay. Like it really.
Say it again.
It's not a look, okay? People know you look gay. Well, what the hell does that mean? Like,
so
okay,
do you need like a name tag?
you don't need I'm not gay.
Yeah,
but see, this is the thing though. But like every gay man that I know will say there's been times where they weren't sure. Like they looking at a guy and he fine. They like, well, I'm gonna go try.
I'm gonna see. Shoot my shot.
So they go, and none of, and I say this because, like I said, none of my gay male friends have ever said to a straight man, once that straight man has said, hey, I don't go that way. All of them say, I apologize.
I'm so cool with that though.
Right. So no different than a gay man looking at you than a straight man looking at me.
And it ain't no different than a straight man looking at me.
Like you be
like, why still? They gonna shoot their shot. That's what they gonna do. They gonna shoot their shot. It's up to you to
the thing
block that mug.
But the thing is, like we talked about earlier, though, because once you make a certain choice in life, you know, you decide to do this. It's not. It's different. It's something different. So you're doing what you're doing, and that's your business. But once I let you know that I'm not that guy. And you still probably over with your partners, y'all looking at me and you looking at me up. I'm uncomfortable.
Being assholes.
What you say his name?
It makes me uncomfortable. Smoothie.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name is Alex.
Hold on. Because I want to say this.
Yeah.
So this is one thing though, and this is where we have issues that, you know, might clean with people and have people lashing out and not wanting to understand. So when I was 16, my mother pushed me out and made me go find a job. So she was on me about going to find a job. So I caught the bus to West Florissant and what is that? Lucas and Hunt. And I walked that whole strip of businesses, put in applications in and out. And I came out one store and there was a guy on the lot. And he pulled up next to me. He said, hey, do you know how to get to such and such? Can't remember what he said, but I directed him. I said, hey, it's down there. Down there, make a left or whatever. Went in the next business, get an application. I come out, he come back, he's still there, and he pulls up closer. He said, I don't think that's the way. And now, I'm 16. I've been gang banging, shooting at people, and shot. I had been shot by them.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, now I'm like, I just told this motherfucker that's where it's at. So I'm on edge already. But he didn't know I was on edge, but I'm there, because I'm like, I just told this bastard. He pulled up close, and he says to me, can I suck your...
Woo! Well,
Dude.
he shot his shot. He shot his shot.
He gave me a gunshot shooting. So my thing is, I was instantly mortified. I mean, I was done looking at job because that had never happened to me. That was my first experience with a homosexual person.
Okay.
Real talk, and that's how I got introduced to homosexuality by somebody asking me if he could do that.
If they can suck your thing.
Right. So I got on the bus.
They didn't know what they was getting into, America.
I got on the bus. I went home. Listen. I told my mom. I was mortified and I was angry because I was put in a position that I never thought that I would be in. You know, I'm like, I know that I couldn't go in certain neighborhoods because these guys may try to jump on me because it's rival gangs. I knew I couldn't do this. I knew I couldn't go to certain white communities because they don't want us out there. I knew these things. I didn't know that I couldn't do what I did that day. You know, and And that confused me as a young man because I'm like, I got a problem with this. I was angry. And it's stuff like that, though, that I think that really, that folks
it probably
hold on
creates
to. And
that,
I held on to
that
it
whole
for a while.
homophobic thing.
But the reason why it creates that whole homophobic thing is because society, it's a no-go. Like, it's different. Like, when you grow up, you know, when you see two people, you don't see two women together like you do now. You don't see two men together like you do now. So because it wasn't society's normal, and I say society's normal because they try to say, well, you know, it's the normal. Well, I would tell you from the get-go that I knew I liked women when I was 5.
Really?
When I went to my mama, she dead now, but
You don't tell it.
But
That's what
my
we're
mama
talking.
went to was it not? It was some type of gym. I don't remember, like when she would work out and she had to tag me along. And I remember looking at the women in the bathroom,
Right.
locker room, taking showers, and I just was like amazed by the woman's body. Okay.
But you know what it was at the time.
I didn't, but I liked it. So just like when people
I
say,
can understand that.
people say that being gay is a choice.
I don't believe that at all.
It's not a choice because you are what you're attracted to what you're attracted to. See, today they don't really, parents, so to speak, don't push that you need to find you a man, get you a woman. They don't. They just want their kids to be happy, regardless of what that is, and healthy, regardless of what that is. But I think a lot of some of the folks, oh, I'm so sick of the LGBT. They pushing their agenda.
Who's Josie?
My mother.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
That's why. You know, you're gay or pushing their agenda. No one's pushing anybody's agenda because that's how we feel. In the gay community, we feel like heterosexuals are pushing their agenda on us because you're trying to say what we should be doing. When it was natural for me to look at a woman and be like, damn, she got a fat ass. Right?
Did you look at my booty and say that?
Damn, she got a fat ass.
Some people want to
Hold
be in
on.
the conversation.
We're going to have some problems up in here. I pay attention to every detail of everything. Now, when the show started, we talked about she used to box. She was in the military.
She gonna beat your ass and take your
So I know
woman.
she know how to handle firearms. So I'm sitting here trying to think of all kind of ways I'm going to have to beat her ass. And then you going to show her your booty. And she going to look right in front of me like I ain't sitting right here. See, I'm getting punked in my own house by one of the letter people.
Well, the alphabet people.
Alphabet people.
What's
This is
that?
bullshit.
As Del Chappelle is the alphabet.
What are the alphabet people?
Okay, back to
I just got to
Alex.
sit here and think. Hold on. Don't go back to Alex.
I got because it's sitting right here, and I just want
I
to
do
address that.
want you to go back to because I was going to just.
I'm just saying. I mean, do you want me to look at you too? I mean, I can't.
Because he got on gray
I mean,
sweatpants.
you got on gray
America.
sweatpants. I'm
He
just
got
saying.
all of us looking.
Okay, I was just. If you feel better.
But never mind. I don't even know what I want.
See the thing. When he, okay.
Give me some
Yeah.
more.
Oh shit! What? Yeah, bitch! Get on him! Get on him! Oh hell yeah!
No, I'm just so.
No, you're not. You would've said it.
What's that? You would've said it.
Give him a
Go
little
ahead.
shot. Give him a baby. Give him a baby shot.
Okay,
Give him a baby
No,
shot.
no, you gonna pour them on this shit.
I'm
Gonna
not
be
gonna
everywhere.
pour them on.
Look,
Look, I got napkins and stuff.
Look, right there you go.
Right there.
There you go. See, it's a
Right
baby
there.
shot.
Right there.
There, your baby
That's
shot.
a baby shot.
Baby shot.
All
Baby
right,
shot.
all
Baby
right.
shot. There we go.
And Cornell ain't never drank nothing in the history of
Hey,
life.
hey, this is to the gray sweatpants. Hoorah!
Gray sweatpants. Hoorah,
I don't even.
Okay, we're
I
gonna
didn't
die.
I didn't even taste that one.
That
Must
was
be
good.
Must be the tequila.
You were saying.
But back to what Alex said.
What did
Again,
Alex
my
say? I don't
cash
even know what
app
Alex
is
said.
Alicia. No, I'm just playing. Said he made a comment of do it will if that state won't allow you to get married. There's a
difference.
problem.
Yeah, there
Because
are legalities.
Nobody wants to have their last will and testament caught up in probate because somebody isn't challenging them.
Because they will challenge it.
Because
somebody's son, daughter,
There has been
mama.
before you were allowed to be married. I can't count on one hand how many people that I know that were in a homosexual relationship and they died.
Let's talk about heterosexual relationships. Because there are people who've been together 10
years,
years, 12 years, 20 years, and these people never have fucked with their family in a whole 20 years.
All of a sudden they die, they family like, oh, poor George.
Because there are no common law
marriages.
And because even though their will said that, the challenge is legal that a child or a mother or a blood relative can challenge that.
So the whole will thing, even being married, they can challenge it. But there's not so much more successful as if I can't get married, so I leave. I ain't gonna use you because he feels some way.
Use me.
So
I want all your money. You got military money.
So if me and Cornell are married,
damn it.
But I have children outside the marriage, right? Because we are outside my relationship with Cornell, and I die, but I leave him everything because this is my man. That's my man right here. You know what I'm saying?
He can get it, Katie. He can get it.
Soften up a little bit.
Right, like this is my man. My children can come back and say no and tie you up in court for years.
Which will create the person who is the beneficiary to divide. Just to make it
so with being allowed to marry, and back to the military I'm glad they did away with the don't ask, don't tell. And I say that because now my significant other, if I get married, can get on my benefits. See, beforehand, benefits, I don't give a damn, you couldn't. So that's medical.
Not even with don't ask, don't tell, they couldn't?
No, because they had to, in order to get a military ID card, you had to be married. You had to have that marriage certificate.
See, you learn, you live and you learn.
So, see, life, what was the name of it? Life experience.
Yeah,
there it is. So, even with the don't ask, don't tell, all that meant was I could be gay,
but I ain't got to tell.
But can't nobody ask me, and I'm not going to say nothing. But what the don't ask, don't tell didn't save you from, if you was out at the gay club and somebody saw you,
they could tattletale on you.
They could tattletale on you, and because it was still against military regulation to be a homosexual.
Okay. Because I'm not a homosexual, I didn't read all the words, but I generally read all the words of legislation, and I didn't do that.
So that's the reason.
So let me clarify. I'm not for don't ask, don't tell.
Right. There you go. There you go. So that was,
but I am for marriage equality, and I am because let's talk about marriage. Period. In and of itself, outside, like if you're not an American, like marriage is more of a religious confinement, and marriage is something. So in the United States, marriage is a contractual agreement. That's why you got to get back the ring if you don't fucking get married. That's why there are things you have to divide when you get the divorce, because it is a contractual agreement. So why are we placing so much emphasis on a contractual agreement rather than the love of two people who decide they want to spend their lives together, share their property, share their, all the shit that they want to share together? And so that's why I believe in marriage equality, because if I decide, even if I'm gonna live, I don't like my kids, I want to live with my sister, I should be able to say, me and my cats and my sister, my cats and my sister get everything when I die. And that's why I believe in marriage equality, because marriage is a contractual agreement. It is not the thing that these wedge people tell you that under God. How the hell we know what God wants?
We don't.
Okay. How the hell we know? Because all I see in the Bible, because I had this conversation with somebody the other day, is love. Jesus, you got the Old Testament, and you got a whole bunch of great stories about some gangster shit that happened. You people need to read the Bible from pillar to post. It's an amazing. They was gangster.
Or you can audio read it.
You can audio read it like what they did. It's gangster stories. There are parables, and there are a bunch of stories about how you should live your life. And here are the consequences if you don't do this, that, and the third. And then you get into Jesus, if you are a Christian. So then you get into Jesus, and all Jesus ever talked about is love. He talked about love for your fellow mankind, doing, giving, the least of these. All the things that this country does not even abide by. Because 9 people in this country is worth more than the rest of the people in the country.
Steve said.
And so, this is a problem. Pretty sure God doesn't care about your 401k. God don't give a shit about mine. I'm telling you.
He don't give a damn about the stock markets either.
That's so low on the Lord's, my 401k. Personally, it's so low on the Lord's market.
I told somebody one day, I said, because they were like, You going to hell? And I said, who, me? Going to hell. You told me I was going to hell. I said, I'm going to hell, girl.
Ooh, I cuss. I hope the Lord grade on the curve. I ain't lying.
So I told him, I said, you know, this is, I'm going to throw this out. No, I need this. This is going to make you think.
What does the Ten Commandments?
And he said, what is it? And I said, so, God, when he created the earth, right? He created man, women, whatever, right? He knew how big the earth was.
You knew everybody's going to make individual decisions.
But he knew how big it was, right?
Yeah.
So now we talk about population. We're out of control. Okay. Well, how do we know that God didn't have his self-made population in control by making homosexuals? I know, right? It makes you think, bitch, like that. Because the thing of it is because kind of thing. Everybody don't want to own a house.
Everybody don't want
right? Everybody ain't gonna get married, and everybody ain't gonna have kids.
But the Lord know who to get kids.
He said, yes, be ye fruitful and multiply. But he also understood that the earth was so big and it could only hold so many people. So why not make a population control bill?
Girl, this is the best episode ever.
Because it's just like frogs, okay? There's a species of frogs that if the male population dwindles too low, they sex change. Yeah, to keep the population going.
There's a fish that does that too.
Shut the front door.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So how do we know what his plan? Well, we don't know.
So I got a question to that.
Yes.
Because to her point earlier, if that point is because that do make you think. But what about?
We ain't smoking no weed for America.
But what about the T's that somebody said earlier are trying to get uteruses put in them? Then you going against the
I don't believe
the nutrient
for one
mechanism.
second that a uterus is going to implant in the man and it's going to actually work. I don't believe for 1 second.
But then that goes then back to folks doing too much.
Again, just okay.
But then there's IVF too. Is that doing too much?
It's not. But what I get what he's saying. I get it. And you're right. The LGBT community is just doing a little bit too much right about it.
That's why.
And it is from the athletes in sports to the tampon box to I'm gonna say it, and I know you ain't watching, but to what's his damn name, Jenner, motherfucker, how you win the Woman of the Year and you ain't no damn woman, okay?
Girl,
but this is the problem.
He ain't that good looking either.
It don't matter that he's good looking, but this is the problem that I have. Women, including lesbian women, all over the world should be like, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. But the thing of it is everybody's so scared to hurt somebody's feelings. And
let's take it to where we talked about it.
Why we are hurting folks' feelings is because we have become a society that says everybody gets an award for participation. Bitch,
my friend. That's my friend right here.
No, okay.
She call me whatever she wants. She don't know my name individually. Go ahead.
The thing of it is even in the Olympics, you have first, second, and third. You get a gold medal, silver medal, or a bronze medal. Okay, that's it. No, everybody shouldn't get because the point of it is this: if I'm playing basketball and I'm shooting and the score is tied, are they up by one? I go up and I get fouled. I got 2 free throws. I missed both my free throws. I done just lost the game for my team.
You damn right.
Right? What am I gonna do? I should, as an athlete, all I'm doing is spend my time at the free throw line and shoot free throws. But if we get an award, or what I need to go practice for, because I'm gonna get an award.
Damn! I said that to you.
There's no point in that
we have argue with you about it.
We have
you don't argue with me, but I'm just solidifying my position in the whole damn participation trophy shit. I've had a problem with that since my babies were 5 years old, and yet they still got participation.
There's no reason why anybody should get. If you want to get a participation award,
my team always won.
Boy.
But see, your team always won.
I mean, but that's why they always got trophies. I mean, they were won anyway. They were always
trying to show.
Yeah, one
from the company. That's what
I'm a damn good coach.
Okay. You are. Okay, so if you at the end
as a damn good coach,
as a damn good coach, like I coached my son's elementary basketball team. Okay, every child from me got something, not from the program.
Right.
But I got them a plaque made with how many scores they had, how many steals they had with their pictures, because That was just me
to get them to work harder
for the next season.
Got it.
Okay, but that's the reason why we have a lot of the reasons why we have what we have there, because everybody believes they should get something for nothing, and no, everybody can't be a winner. In point blank, period. It's just first, second, and third. Mm-hmm. You remember in high school or grade school, you had them damn runs.
You don't remember the fourth place,
and you don't remember that fourth place play, but you knew that if you ran in fourth place, that you knew that if this was something that you wanted to do, you had to work harder for the following year.
Right. I mean, it makes them work.
And that's the reason why we have what we have. Oh, it's a participation. Nah, bruh. Yeah, there's no consequences for your life lessons. A life lesson of I lost. Mm-hmm. So right. I'm gonna come coach. I can't even do it.
Like you could do it, like okay, so he can feel good.
Okay. So coach, she beat me again. You can't do that if you're the coach.
Okay.
I'll
be in jail.
You be in jail.
What you doing?
What you doing? So if I come to you and say, Coach, this is the third time or the second time she beat me. What am I supposed to do?
Right.
The coach then is supposed to say, okay, well your ass is slow, so we gonna fix that. I'm gonna get this damn parachute and put on your ass, and I need you to run like it ain't nobody's business. So that's what's supposed to happen. But why am I coming to coach if I'm losing to her? If I'm still getting an award? It makes us a little weak, because then that translates into your job.
Yep.
Right.
Life lessons. These are life lessons.
Because in your job,
these are life.
If you ain't doing your, because then what happens is you ain't doing your job and you get fired. Like, but why did I get fired? I tried. No, but you didn't cut the cake. Sorry. Okay.
I tried.
Same thing in the military when they started doing the whole drill sergeant. I have a stress card. Bullshit.
What's a stress card?
Because they were stressed and you couldn't fuck with them for like 15-20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Y'all started getting with the Army though. The Army, not none of the other ones with the Army.
Well, my kids in the Air Force.
And the thing of it is like there was consequences when I was coming up. Now, I mean, they didn't like touch me or nothing, but I had to stay in the push-up position quite a while. Mm-hmm. And when they told me that I couldn't discipline the soldiers that was coming in because it was too harsh, I knew it was time for me to go.
Now we're moving out of homosexuality into life, and that's where we always try to move into life, because even with our children, and this has been the biggest issue in our children. Whether you choose to corporally punish your kids is on you. That's your thing. If you want to beat your kids or not, I beat my kids. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got whoopings. I'm not gonna lie. But
you told Harpo to beat
you. I told Harpo to beat you. I beat your little ass. But the thing is that if there are no consequences, and we're not even talking about consequences. Newton's third law says for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. And so with that said, if you make a decision to do something, then what you first should do is count up the costs. What if I make this decision, what's going to happen? Mm-hmm. And then you look up all the costs. And you say, okay, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, I'm going to lose this, I'm going to gain that. And once you count up the cost, and if you feel as a human in life, no matter what, if you feel as a human that your gains outweigh the consequence, then you make that decision because you want these gains. You can't be mad at the consequence.
Cannot.
You can understand. You need to understand that. Okay, these are consequences. I'm ready. Boom, 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 boom. Because I say outlandish shit. I do outlandish shit. Me, myself personally, and I do. And sometimes when me and Cornell were like struggling as a couple, one of the thing is that I ain't got no problem with you with the consequences with it. And because I was so flippant about the consequences, because I knew what they were, and I was willing to go with it, he looking at me like, why you true? Why you ain't mad about it? Because I knew when I made this decision that this is the consequence, and so I'm not really gonna trip with you about the consequence. I'm gonna be like, hey, I tripped. It is what it is, And then he'd be like, you acting like you don't care. And it's not that I don't care, it's that I count up the costs.
Yep.
And I've counted up the costs, and when I counted up the costs, I understood that this far outweighed this.
Well, damn it, you need
but
to
I can't be mad when this shit pop up.
You need to show some more damn emotion, because I wasn't in when you was cost counting. I wasn't in that meeting when you said these things gonna happen. this gonna be the penalty for it happening, and I'm attached to the
I'm doing it, damn it.
So now when it's penalty time, and you already in your mind 3
I'm
months ago,
over it. I'm over the call.
No, you can't.
I know it's gonna be what it is. I'm willing to go do the shit. I'm going through the fire.
No, stop. You gotta act like it's a surprise birthday party. You already know about it, but you still gotta act surprised. You come in the damn door. You can't show me no damn emotion after I'm pissed off. You better act like this is brand new, like it just happened and you so sorry. I need to see, I'm so sorry I made this choice, baby.
But see,
life choices.
if I had done that, then I would have to lie to you and say that, oh my God, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
No, you ain't gotta say that.
But I mean, in my actions, I'm gonna have to say that.
No.
But I promise you, when I look at shit, anybody who knows me knows that because I make very interesting decisions, and so when I decide, like when Stanger was running for office, I'm gonna say this because this is weird. So when Stanger was running for office, I knew that in my heart of hearts, I wouldn't piss down his throat if his gut were on fire. Like I hated him to that degree that I knew I could not vote for him. And so,
we told y'all not to vote.
We told you motherfuckers not to vote. But anyway, so with that, I knew that my only option was to vote for a Republican. And though I am fundamentally not Republican, I don't know that I'm fundamentally Democratic at this point. But that's another story. I am an independent. Thank you. I became an independent a little while ago. But because
I'm a Sagittarius.
by and large, my fundamentals are Democratic. Right. By and large. That means I had to come out of my comfort zone and vote for a Republican who I vetted, who I spent time with, who I understood, who I really recognized was going to do the right job. Right. So now I got to step out of my comfort zone and do this. But what I knew that was going to happen is that people was going to call me all kind of names and you you vote against abortion
like
and all these
personality did and then got a visit. Because
I knew what the consequences were for that, so it didn't bother me one bit. You say what the fuck you want to say about me, but you know I'm gonna stand on my square. And the people who knew me about standing on my square said, you know what, she must really be convicted in what she's doing because I will stand on my square about it. And they rode with me. And the hits that I took after the fact, although Cornell was trying to kill somebody, is one thing, but the consequences that came beyond that
I'll show you the inboxes later.
Yeah, you'll see it in didn't bother me one bit. It didn't bother me because I was prepared for the consequences of my choices.
And exactly. Just like
you have to prepare yourself.
I'm gonna bring it back to the transgender.
Bring it back. That's
you have to be prepared for the consequences of you changing your
And you can't be mad about the shit.
And you cannot be mad at it. And that's just the point. It goes back to when I decided to stop trying to pretend, because I got after a while you get tired of trying to say that Cornell is Cassie.
Ooh, hold on, he fine shit though.
No, I'm just saying. He's American. Okay. He'd get it if I like dick. I mean, yeah. Did I say that?
I told y'all keep this on PG-13. I knew y'all was.
Oh, that was the second shot. That was the second shot. America.
It was a shot.
Hey. I unhear what y'all just heard.
So
who put a bleep on it?
We can't bleep it. It's live.
It's live. My bad. But you have to come. I knew when I decided to come out, I understood that there might be people who did not agree and disown me. And I had quite a few people that I don't talk to this day. I wasn't mad about it. I was hurt because I thought we was better than that.
Right.
But my choice of saying, hey, I'm coming out as an openly gay woman was because I'm tired of trying to pretend like this is a dude that I'm with instead of this woman.
Chris' name is Christine in real life. Yeah, I get it.
So y'all kidding me. Well, Steve,
we love you, Steve. You should have came. You gonna be our next guest.
So that's just where I stand. Even my own father was like, I don't like it, but I want you to be happy.
Can I interrupt you? Did he not never know? Did your mom and your
dad? God,
yes.
Literally when I was growing up, they literally had, my father told me this, I think maybe 2 years ago. He was like, me and your mother literally had a conversation about you being
okay,
gay.
Good.
And
Probably the way you was hitting the baseball. And
it was basketball. I don't like balls coming in my face.
But we had this conversation with our daughter too, Cornell. Like that, and that's what you don't like. She don't like balls in her face, America. This is really gonna not go well. The more shots we take, the more we break it
up my face. That's why I play volleyball. Okay.
And she had that yesterday.
I lied.
You ball phobic. You ball phobia.
I play basketball. Wasn't nothing like directly coming at my face.
Okay,
though.
come on.
So
Good Lord.
So my parents had that conversation and they were ecstatic.
How old were you when you had that conversation?
Oh no, they
didn't
had.
say.
I don't know. I don't really remember.
Okay.
But I know that my parents was ecstatic when I brought home a guy. They're like, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
But they're that fan. They're like, Jesus. That's what I'm sure my mother was like, oh Lord Jesus, thank you,
Lord, for your favor.
thank you. But I did that because one of my close friends was gay, and I thought that, their parents disowned them because they were homosexual.
Wow.
And I didn't, that wasn't the reason, but that's what I thought. And I didn't want that to happen because I was already adopted. So, oh, you didn't know that yet?
I played that. Girl, we just learned.
Learning some stuff.
I was adopted when I was
That's a story, another story for another day. But
So I was already, adopted. So God forbid, I don't want my adoptive parents not to want me.
Yeah.
So I already had that feeling that my biological mother didn't want me. So I'll be damned if I do anything to cause my adoptive parents not to want me.
That's so deep.
So I was like, okay, I like men. No, I don't. Like,
So your baby daddy, what was he?
He was white.
He was white?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because
Let me
our kids fine as shit. They real good looking.
Can I tell you why I dated white men?
Oh,
and never mind. It's the PG. It's the PG-13 conversation. Never mind. It's the PG-13 show. I ain't gonna tell you why.
Because her tilted. Her uterus is
That's
tilted.
the way I tell you about it.
Hey,
But no.
hey, let's stop.
Let's go back to this. Like
Don't
when
you go.
when Cornell and I had this discussion about our daughter, because she don't care. Actually, she was gonna be my first gay guest, and then you came in town. But when we had this conversation, and I told her you were coming. So when we had this conversation, she was like in middle school, maybe middle school, high school, somewhere like that.
Somewhere around that.
And so the girls that she had coming to spend the night were open gay, open lesbians, and so we was like, Courtney, are you gay? And she was like, no. And then she had all these boyfriends. She went to prom with him, and then homecoming with him, and I don't know, because Cornell has had moments, but for me, I've never had a problem, with, if that's who you was, I don't really care. And you can be honest about who you are. And it wasn't until she went into the military, that she now wants to come
she was
and have a conversation.
She was on her own, and I will tell you what she felt. There's a and I don't know. I don't think she's watching.
She's not watching.
If she ever like,
she'll watch later. She'll watch later.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but she probably felt like she didn't want to let her parents down.
But I never gave her that impression.
It doesn't matter. My parents.
We got 7 goddamn kids. We got grandbabies from everywhere.
My parents didn't give me that impression that they would be let down.
Right.
Right. But because what's going on around you, you try to make sure that everything is copacetic. Okay. You try to walk this narrow line instead of you gay, go like this. Okay.
Right.
So
and even then, I asked her outright.
No,
like
God no.
Like, you like girls? That's cool. And I said, it's cool if you do. I don't care.
Maybe she didn't know that she really liked them because, like I said, I was like 5, and I thought like the women that at the locker room was kind of sexy because I got to see all of it. Okay.
Girl, you up in the locker room.
So I was in the locker room like, hey.
I ain't take her to the locker room.
So that's what it is because you like who you like. And that's the same thing with bisexual people. Mm-hmm. They like both. And as my sister and somebody said, greedy on the comments. Greedy.
That was Steve.
I said greedy right here in person.
That's greedy. Because there was a time in my life to where I was bisexual. Mm-hmm. To where like I like.
So what makes you not bisexual now?
it's a PG-13 show, and I can't.
No, we can have this conversation.
No, she said she can't say
This
it.
is where we are an honest. That's you. See, we on the
I'll put it like this.
walk the
I'll
line
put it
between me saying you can't say
like
and
this.
you can't.
Do I need to
So
cover this mic?
no, you don't need to cover the mic.
Don't.
I say it like this. There was a time to where like I was with a woman, but I needed penetration.
See, this is where we're going too far.
So that's
No,
not
we're
too far.
going too far. That's
So
it.
in order to get that, I called my neighborhood friend.
Mhm.
Like, what you doing later?
Like
Right?
that? Like that?
Just like that. And then you had to go because there was no cuddling or nothing afterwards. Thank you. You gave me what I
Okay,
needed.
so let's be clear in that your physical attraction was to that,
Right.
but your emotional attraction was to this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that makes sense.
But then I met this one chick. I ain't gonna say that. And I no longer needed.
That ain't made me.
I didn't need a man
I get
anymore.
jealous
So
easy.
We're going to go too far, y'all.
we didn't go too far. I'm just saying. I no longer
This
needed
gonna
that.
go
I
too
no
far.
longer needed that requirement. So
Right.
that was the thing. It's just like, okay, well, I don't need that no more. So I was like, all right. And don't get me wrong.
I just saw
I'm
the beat
fine.
play. Y'all see how she patted me on my chest?
Hell no.
So she said it to them like,
You good, dog?
Like, holler at me, bam. Like,
It was just a tool. You
yeah,
good?
yeah.
I can buy one at the store for $39.95.
But no, but that was really what it
Wow.
that's really what it was. And like I don't know, it was just it just was what it was. But you have consequences with everything that you do. And like you said, you put it down like the whole thing. My short simple thing is every action equals
an
a
opposite
I don't say
reaction.
the opposite, I just say a reaction. Regardless
Mm-hmm.
if it's a good reaction or a bad reaction.
There is a reaction.
There is a reaction. So to the whole thing of, oh my God, I really like women, but shit, I don't want nobody to disown me. My thing was, because I don't know if it was different for me because as a child, I was adopted.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this insecurity that
Already that nobody
wanted
I got it.
So Lord forbid I go against the grain.
Uh-huh. And now the people who did want you, now you do it.
Right. So that's the reason why I was so okay, yeah, I'm not, but I really was.
well,
And if I was growing up today,
Mm-hmm.
I love my children, but I wouldn't have had them.
But that's how God.
But you understand what I'm saying? Because that was what I was supposed to do. So I did what I was supposed to do, and.
But we plan, but God is the best at planning.
So I just was like, okay, hey, I got 2 great kids because I got.
And that's why you have this conversation.
I got three grandchildren.
Ooh, they cute as hell though.
But seriously though, that was the reaction. Every action has a reaction. So my action of I gotta be straight. The reaction was I got married.
Beautiful.
What created that I got married and I had some beautiful ass children.
And great looking.
And
wonderful,
grandchildren
grandchildren.
are wonderful.
grandchildren are always wonderful.
So that's the reason why I did that.
But when you said disown, and we talking about action and a reaction to that point, our boys, we raising kids.
Right.
They're
We got
always,
7 of them.
There are always moments
America, we
where
got 7.
there are always moments where you have a great time, and then moments to where it's a
Shit
teachable
is
moment.
fucked up.
Shit's bad.
It's bad.
Got to be redirected. So
It's been one of them weekends, y'all.
it's been sort of like that. So Travion and the parallel when you said your adopted parents, of course, we're
How you gotta say the boy name? One of our children.
one of our 3 kids.
One of our
the
7
parallel-
kids. One of our 7
One of our
kids.
3 boys.
Uh-huh.
But the parallel with her, it was one of the adopted ones, and y'all know who that is. So let me go and just say his name, Travion. So anyway, we was having some issues with something. He did something, or they did something. So on our end, we have to respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the response isn't gonna be what you like, but it's still out of love, because if it's one of those things where if we don't do it, then we really don't love you.
Right.
Like if I'm watching you slip down a slippery slope and I don't tell you before you get there, that ain't what it is.
Right.
And or once you decide to get in there, I don't pull you back and say, I told you this was gonna happen,
Not to do that.
And I have to do that as I can't not say I told you when you slipping after I told you not to go over there. So the way he chose to handle the reaction to his action, he in the house all day, didn't speak, doing his thing, just didn't say nothing. Right? I didn't even see the brother all day,
we ain't
all
them
night.
kind of parents.
So
you can't come through our house and not
the
speak.
way our upstairs is made, we have a downstairs restroom and the shower is upstairs. And
it's a Jack and Jill.
Okay, it's a Jack and Jill, so you can go in through the one bedroom and go into the restroom that way, or through our bedroom. So he ended up going in through Cornell's way. So he went in, I didn't see him go in. So, but when he came out, he had to come out my way. So he came out and I saw him, I said, hey, come here. He came over, I said, did you see me all day? And he was like, no. I said, so you're not speaking to people? He said, well, you know, I just didn't think about it. I said, you didn't think about speaking. I haven't seen you all day. You know, he had spent the night somewhere else.
We close, America. We close.
I mean, this is the night. So he been.
We got 900 square feet between us.
I haven't seen him in damn near 24 hours. You know what I mean? So you're not speaking. So I had already talked to one of the other kids, David, and he told me that because of the issue, Travion felt. I ain't gonna tell details, but Travion felt like we disowned them. And
because of their decision.
Because their decision, because we had to come down on them about a certain
their
time.
decision.
Again, our kids are great. They ain't doing shit out the kid spectrum. It ain't no big deal. But still it has to be dealt with. So when he said that he felt like he was disowned. I said when you got baby, don't do the side thing. Well, please don't do it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I lose my train of thought, and I have short-term memory issues and shit. So stop, she knows.
Rub on them good.
Anyway,
Rub on them good for me.
So he says they felt disowned. So I asked him. I said, did your key work this morning when you got here? He said, yeah. And I said, oh, so how you feel disowned if the key works? And then I said,
Lord.
oh, seriously, because of the key work, damn how I treat you when you get in here.
The key work.
The key work.
Right.
Because your ass could be outside not knowing how I'm treating you in here.
The key work.
So the key work. Now, this is what I told him. I said, but you've been in my house all day. You ain't spoken. All day. I said, when you're in a group of people, like we're in a group right now,
All right.
and somebody else walk up, and they dap up me, and they dap up Shonte, and they just don't even acknowledge your presence.
We fight.
In the circle that we already in.
We fighting, bro.
That's a problem, right?
It's a problem.
So I'm like,
that's
boy,
like Steve coming here saying, hey, and not speaking to me.
Exactly. I said, boy,
you knew him long
I
before.
said, boy, you didn't came in my house. You didn't open up my refrigerator. You
dapped up the refrigerator.
That's what I said. I said, you didn't use the toilet. You didn't took a shower. I said, you didn't dapped up my whole damn house and didn't come say what's up to me. And he looked like, damn, he made that shit fit. He did that to me. And I said, that's what you did to me. You done came in here and you used up all my shit. I said, you know how pissed off I was every time I heard something cut on? I heard the TV cut on and you ain't came to say, dude,
we pay all the bills.
You know it, because you feel disowned. And you using all the shit I own.
So please tell me how you disown. Right.
But the thing is, when you're a parent, we ain't gonna like everything you do. Mm-hmm. But unless your key stop working in the house or in our life, you're not disowned. Right. It's just an uncomfortable moment right now.
And the thing of it is that folks have to understand that there are going to be uncomfortable moments in life. But
everything. At work,
with that,
at school,
you need to learn how to roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything is not going to go. I'm a little tipsy. Everything is not going to go your way
right now.
Okay, so and it's not, and that's where you have to have those life lessons to understand that everything's not going to go my way, and if everything doesn't go my way, it's not personal.
Right.
Like,
and did you count out the cost before you even made the decision?
Because when I decided to come out, I already counted up the cost of I'm gonna lose some friends.
Right.
I might.
And you almost pointed out all the motherfuckers you was gonna lose.
Right.
You almost had them. Okay.
Like I knew that I might lose as long as but my thing was as long as I didn't lose my father, I didn't care. Because that's the only person that mattered. My brother, I don't care if he watching. My brother struggled.
You don't know me.
But he struggled with it. He literally struggled with his sister.
That's interesting.
Being gay, and that's because
men struggle a lot.
No, it wasn't that.
No,
it was the church. It was the church. Okay, he struggled.
That's a subject for another day.
Right, but he struggled with it, and my father had too. But that's still your sister. So, but like I said, when I made my choice to say, "Hey, I'm tired of living this lie," because that's what it was. Mm-hmm. It was a lie because the lie was, instead of me dating Carissa, I was dating, I'm just saying, I'm gonna say Cornell because he likes his name and likes. I'm gonna say, but I'm actually, instead of Chrissy, I'm
glad you figured that shit out.
Of Cornell, and he's great, he's good. Oh, he treats me right.
You were saying he?
Yes.
Like you were like
I literally saying he to people when I talk
that's
to
some bullshit right there.
Because
you didn't say they?
No, I don't, because see, they is the common word. I knew you was gay if you said they.
Okay.
See, they, them, and they and them was a word for homosexual.
Well, I don't know what they are. Okay.
So I would say he because I didn't want to say, oh, they good, or they, because I didn't want nobody to know because I was scared. Mm-hmm. And there comes a point in your life where you can't be scared anymore, and you have to live your life because no one's going to live your life but you.
Go ahead.
Or hey, Tracy,
you upset the whole damn thing.
You just
like, why would you do that?
But the thing of it is that point blank period, you have to live your life for you, and the consequences that you make and life lessons that you learn come through time. You ain't born with life lessons. You don't know. You don't know. Yeah. So some folks now are willy nilly in the society that we're in. Like, you can't. don't spank your kids. The military came up with, we're getting a different breed of people, so we can't be strict. Like, literally, you can't yell at them no more. And the whole point of the military was to break you down, to build you down to the point where you was like, I ain't shit, I ain't gonna nothing. And then as soon as you felt like all of a sudden things start coming together, and then they build you up. And so drill sergeant talk about you can't fucking shoot, you sorry. And you just down, and then as you go to your BRM, your basic marksman riflemanship class, you start learning the things. All of a sudden, you like a bang, bang, and he's like, "That's what I'm talking about." So you feel this camaraderie, and you build up. But now it's like things have changed, and you're like, "Oh, I can't do this
because y'all getting them goddamn participation trophies."
Because exactly.
So you saying our army can't shoot?
No, what I'm saying is that now
they ain't shooting as good as they used to.
As they used to. You can't yell at folks no more.
Now they might be a little off.
But when I came out of basic training, my brother said to me, "There's a squirrel."
You can shoot a golf ball through a garden hose.
That mug was online, and I said, "Oh, I can get that." My brother challenged me, so I got my daddy's BB gun, and I set my sights and said, "Pooh!" and it said, "Bloop."
You can shoot a golf ball through a garden hose.
So
that's all I'm saying.
So my brother was like, "I ain't fucking with you because you gonna shoot it." That's how it works. But the thing of it is, though, is like
it makes you better. But
everybody has to
makes you
better. But it does. But
consequence makes you better.
It does, because the consequences that you have to face, you have to, like you said, you have to determine whether or not
count the cost.
If I do A, B is going to happen, and am I going to be able to deal with B? Mm-hmm. Am I going to be able to deal with B, C, alphabet people, D, E, F, and G? Okay,
plus
you have to determine whether or not that's something that you can control, or that's something that you're going to be willing to do, because there are too many people that make a choice.
These new people run from that, though.
And when the choice,
because y'all only gave them goddamn participation,
because
that's why.
When the choices aren't like they think, that's why you have so many.
It's 7:60. We 2 hours in. Baby.
Oh wait, see, this is my time as the super producer. Be like, Tom, she would be talking shit if she was online.
Listen, yes, she would. But to that point though, I remember my little cousin Brian. I had to be a father figure for Brian, and we did everything together. We played the video games, we played basketball. He was always with me. So in the video games, I used to beat him.
I would be so sad. Like, why don't you let them kids win?
I would let them win. And he would cry.
I'd be so mad at him.
If he would cry, you playing again because you're crying. So I would beat him again. In basketball, I would beat him. He don't want to play no more. You get to crying. I'm going to beat you some more. You got to play again. One day, I think he was 14 or 15. We were playing. And I'm giving it all I got, Captain. I'm giving it all I got. We playing. It's back and forth, back and forth. I think it was 1 point. Brian won that game. And it was over. And I'm
He lost his motherfucking mind.
And Brian came over, he said, "Did you let me win?" I said, "No, I would never let you win. You beat me." Brian broke down crying. Because all he wanted to do was beat me. All he ever wanted to do was beat me, and I wouldn't let him quit until he beat me. You know, that's how you build men. That's how you build them. You know, you like she said, you gotta break them down and then build them up. If I had let Brian win all those times, Brian would go to the basketball court thinking he was shit
and get his ass beat,
and be one of those guys on the fence never getting picked up. It was 8-9 games. You trying to get in, and ain't nobody picking you up because boy, you can't play. But Brian can go up there and get picked up while he getting out the car.
Right.
You know, they see Brian coming. I'm holding this spot because Brian on his way in here.
Yep.
That's how you build men.
We've been on this so long. My battery dead.
Your battery dead. It's
Okay.
7 o'clock. We gotta go.
We gotta go, America.
But this is our first YouTube video, so this is gonna be our first upload to YouTube. For CNS.
What's not?
Say it, baby.
What did you just say?
We
Yeah.
have a YouTube video. CNS. Live.
Okay.
We got a whole like thing.
Listen.
Yeah. And we gonna have conversations. People gonna say fucked up shit to us, and then people gonna say great shit
wait,
to
before
us.
we go. So,
Before we go.
if somebody can tell me at what age I knew I was gay, you got a $50 gift card.
Shut the fuck
Damn.
up. Let me get that motherfucker. I'm broke right now. Hold on.
I know what it is.
Cash out me $27.
You can't.
Okay, hold up. And we have the 2 winners from the other weekend.
Oh,
we never announced. We never
Yes.
announced
See,
those.
that's why I see Audrey.
My bad. I had, and they still sitting over here because it was only 3 people who entered.
I think I answered. Did I get it
There
right?
was no, you don't get shit.
Damn.
So,
Some bullshit. I feel discriminated.
Shar,
against.
you will get this, and I need you to send me your email address. I mean your home address so I can send it to you. And
Bam.
Yolanda, this is you. All
Why
day
does
long.
Yolanda get some
Because
prize?
she answered the goddamn question. I only had 3 people ask the question. It was 3 people. It was you, Shar, and Yolanda. You don't get
So put a pin in that. That's over with.
So again,
This person right here,
Don't get shit.
stop. Had the question, and she said, she got. Did you just kiss my
on
woman?
the cheek, man. Damn.
She stopped.
On the cheek.
She got
Got a
50.
fiance.
She got
He saw me
$50.
just acting. $50 if you can tell me when I knew I was gay. $50 gift
I know
card.
when she was
Now
gay.
hold on. Stay
Visa
out the
gift
frame.
card.
Stay out the frame, Shonte. Stop. You're doing extra. You're doing too much. Stay out the frame.
It's too much movie.
Because I want them to see the person that's talking about the $50.
Okay, yeah, fine.
First of all, I gave a $50 card to somebody and they got returned.
25. It was 25.
25 to somebody and they got returned because they don't know how to pick
answer.
up the thing.
Yeah.
So this is the stuff that we're going to be doing on the YouTube channel, is giving away stuff. So pay attention if you want to win. Okay? Steve, I loved it too. And I've had a great time.
We
Deuces,
love the
America.
shit out of Steve. If
Okay.
you want your meat smoked,
Girl, get it for Steve and Scales.
your pork butt.
Burnt, you
Wait,
need some
wait,
burnt,
what was-
burnt
what-
ends. Burnt
the,
ends, bitch. Burnt ends.
No, it was the beef. What is it called? Brisket. The brisket.
Burnt ends.
Oh my God.
You need some burnt ends. Steve is your man. All right, America.
You can burn my end any
Are we
day,
doing it?
Steve.
Are we doing it? Ready?
Who's doing
One,
it?
Wait, you can do it.
one,
you do it.
2, 3.